Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Zach Wahls.
Thank you very much, everybody. This is for Instagram. A friend of mine got me hooked yesterday. There it goes. It's awesome. But thank you all very much for both being here. Thank you very much, Leader Pelosi, for those awesome words. And as the voice of God just mentioned, my name is Zach Wahls. You might have seen me on the internet talking about my moms, Jackie and Terry. Thank you very much. But it's great to be here, and I only have 5 minutes, and I actually have to stop talking when the clock goes down, so I want to stay on point. Social liberalism gets a bad rap. Social conservatives in this country have done a brilliant job of setting up their point of view as an ideal of family values. Even though they're rapidly losing the struggle to maintain this definition for members of our generation, there remains a hesitance among the members of those of us on the left to offer a congruent alternative. And today I would like to do just that. I got to thinking about this most recently because of the work I've been doing in trying to end the Boy Scouts of America's anti-gay policy. Thank you. Now, to some people, the sentence, "I am an Eagle Scout and a liberal," might seem like an oxymoron, for reasons that I understand. After all, I hold a merit badge in both shotgun and rifle shooting. As a scout, I pledge to keep my body clean of recreational substances. And every Monday night, as I recited the Scout Oath, I pledged to do my duty to God and country. Hardly a trifecta of facts that you would expect from a dyed-in-the-wool liberal. But I would counter that I'm probably not the only Eagle Scout in this room. Any other Eagles out there? That's awesome. So I would say that not only do liberals have values, I'd argue that our values are, in some ways, objectively superior to those prized by the right. As best as I can tell, most aspects of social liberalism have been driven by the pursuit of liberation from fear. As Franklin Delano Roosevelt was leading the rise of the contemporary left, what was his mantra? The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And today that fear is among our conservative friends omnipresent. Fear of a supposedly encroaching Islamic faith driving Representative Bachmann's witch hunt on Capitol Hill. Fear of a federal government that is supposedly trying to take away their guns, even though gun control legislation has gone nowhere 3.5 years into the Obama administration. Fear of an attack on their religious heritage, of a redefinition of a fundamental institution, of the eradication of the family units, a sentiment responsible for the opposition to same-gender marriage. These fears, of course, are irrational. Most fears are. There are and always have been two views, competing views, of the future of this country. One vision is rooted in our Puritan past, among those for whom the fear of God was supreme, and the state allowed only to exist with the blessings of that all-powerful Creator. It is suspicious of freedom, skeptical of reason, and hostile to change. The other is rooted in our founding revolution, among those for whom logic and courage prevailed. The state informed and defined by the consent of the governed. It celebrates freedom, embraces reason, and welcomes change. One vision is ruled by fear of eternal damnation, convinced the devil lurks around every corner. The other is determined by the due process of law, governed not by those God cares to appoint, but by those we deem fit to serve the public in elected office. One vision is rooted inseparably in fear. The other vision is rooted inseparably in progress. You know which vision is ours. For centuries, the left has slowly toiled to deliver this vision to secure the blessings of liberty, extending suffrage to non-landowners, the eradication of slavery, the empowerment of women, the recognition of LGBTQ identities, among many, many other victories, won always as social conservatives dragged their feet and hemmed and hawed as we marched proudly to the drumbeat of history. In Campus Progress, I'm here to tell you and remind you that we stand today, our generation, poised to finally deliver that promise, that hope for a better future, that congruent alternative to the values of the American right. It is a future secured in the values of the socially liberal: respect, courtesy, thoughtfulness, discipline, and awareness beyond self, in loving thy neighbor, and in taking people at their word of what their identities are. It is a future that demands courage, not the absence of fear, but the mastery of fear. It is a future that cultivates responsibility and is not so quick to pass judgment. It is a future that considers new possibilities and understands that the way things are is not the way they have to be or ought to be. It is a future in which we are judged not by the labels of our identity, but indeed by the contents of our character. This is our future. We are the change. Thank you.